Climate change is one of the most important and controversial issues of our time. Hi, I'm Rebecca Brayton and welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're speaking with the author of The Big Thaw, Ed Struzik, about this debate. Do you agree that climate change is a man-made problem?
I think that it's mainly a man-made problem. We have to accept that variability is always part of the scene. There was a time when we weren't around where the Arctic was really warm. And the reasons why we really don't understand. But I think what's happening now is largely it's just human driven. We're burning a lot of fuels, and those fuels are trapping a lot of the heat that we're also pumping out.
What would you say to people who say that climate change is not a man-made phenomenon, that it's actually a natural part of the Earth's cycle?
Get over it. You know, the evidence is so overwhelming. It really is like those people in the 18th century that believed the world was flat. And I think we're always going to have those deniers in our midst. You're not going to get everybody to agree to everything.
How does the fight for the Arctic affect climate change?
But 40% of the world's oil and gas is in the Arctic. It represents trillions of dollars. Everybody wants a piece of that. You know, we're seeing some pretty aggressive moves by the Russians, planting a flag of the North Pole saying it's ours. China's saying it doesn't belong to anybody, it belongs to the world. Denmark came over and claimed Hans Island. So there's a lot of posturing going on right now because everyone's trying to, claim their stake to the Arctic because they know that their economic future might depend on what happens up there.
So what would you say these countries need to do to help solve the problem?
Have an Arctic treaty. Get all of the countries in the world that have a stake in the Arctic. Sign a treaty. Let's figure out a management plan. How are we going to manage this world in the future? How are we going to handle climate change? How are we going to handle polar bears that are threatened? Everybody's got to get their heads together and figure out that we've got a problem. It's one of the great public policy challenges, I think, of our time, and we need an international solution to it as well as a national solution to it.